Another idea that you have that I think is going to resonate with a lot of people in this country. In fact, it resonates with me, not just as a citizen or a journalist, as a parent. You are putting in a service option for high school graduators or of a certain age in your state. You know, people are now looking at Israel, right? And there you have the service mandate, most of it military. This is an option that a lot of people have been asking about in this new gap year culture that we have. Why did you put this in, and what do you believe it will affect?
Well, I'm thrilled about this. You know, Maryland is now the first state in this country that now has a service year option for all of our high school graduates, where they can have a year of service to the state of Maryland, however they want to do it. It can be the environment, it can be serving older adults, young people, whatever it is that they choose. And I tell you, Chris, I remember, you know, I served as a paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne in Afghanistan. And I had people who I served with in Afghanistan who came and campaigned for me when I ran for governor. Many of them were not Marylanders. Many of them were not Democrats. But they came and just campaigned and door knocked on my behalf because they simply said, let me tell you about the guy that I served with. You know, service is sticky. And in this time of political divisiveness and political vitriol, I believe deeply that service will save us. And so this gives all of our young people an opportunity to be able to work all across the state, to get to know each other, to have an earned financial cushion that this is going to provide. So after it, they can choose to go on to college, they can choose to go on to trade school, they can choose to go to the workforce, they can choose to do whatever they want. But they're now going to have a unique set of experiences, a unique set of skills, because this is also about workforce development, and they're going to have a true camaraderie with Marylanders from all walks of life who are now going to be their brothers and sisters for the remainder of their life. And so we saw the demand. I mean, we ended up 3x oversubscribed in our first year. And I believe deeply that while Maryland is the first state in the country to do this, it will not be the last.
What do you see as the through line in all the turmoil that's going on in this country, whether you see it on the side of race or now the reflections of how people are taking sides based on region and perception of religion and suffering, the political division? Do you see any common thread running through all of it that can be addressed?
I do, and it's one of the reasons that I'm so excited about this service year. You know, Chris, I think about what it meant even during our campaign, where, you know, I ended up winning with, we won with more individual votes than any person who's ever run for governor in the history of the state of Maryland. And we didn't do that just because we won Democrats. We won Democrats, we won independents, and we took a good chunk of Republicans as well. And we ended up going all over the state. If you look at what happened in our first legislative session, not only did we go 10 for 10 on our legislative package that we introduced, we went 10 for 10 bipartisan, right? Democrat and Republican votes on everything that we introduced. And I think the reason is because you got to go work for it. You got to go earn it. And we can have a situation where people just are curling up in their positions and not willing to see the person across the street. You can't claim to love the country if you hate half of the people in it. So we've got to be a state that gets to know each other better. We've got to be a country that gets to know each other again, because I truly believe that that kind of service and that kind of connection is going to help address these divides that we continue to see.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.